Greetings, Sean here. Mostly Metal. We're going back into the vault today. I've been kind of slacking on these vault videos, so we will get into that here shortly. First, in the background, this is now I talked about before. Father of Death by Elegiac, I believe is how you pronounce the name. There were 50 clear, which is this, and 50 black cassettes produced. All sold out now. One man black metal. Recorded back in the fall in New York, and I believe this came out in 2021. This is in the background in one of my videos, and I kind of said I wasn't really getting into it. I've listened to it a lot more in recent days, and it really is quite good. There are a couple songs on it that I'm still trying to get used to because of the vocal style. What you hear in the background is not the vocal style throughout the whole set, but it's good. It's probably going to be up there in the top 50, top 30 black metal releases this year for a lot of folks. A lot of people, I think, are sleeping on this one, but check them out if you like black metal, especially one-man black metal. That actually sounds good. Produced, well produced, sounds great. Doesn't sound like you recorded it in a basement. So shout out to Elegiac. So we're gonna start. I think I'm in the ANs with my collection. I don't know how far we're gonna get, but the first one here is Anthrosphere Volume 1. This is a compilation CD that came out in 2008 on Anthropic Records, hence the title Anthrosphere Volume 1. I don't think this label is around anymore. Innards. Not much I could find even about some of the bands on this comp. So the bands included are Sylveth, Lethean, The Green Evening, Requiem, which I have heard of, Woe, which I have heard of and I believe they're still kicking, Monolith, and Bereavement. So Woe I know is a black metal, American black metal band, I believe out of New York or somewhere out there on the East Coast. They put out a lot of quality stuff. And to me, when I saw the copyright date, I saw 2008 and I thought, that wasn't really that long ago, but it's 13 years ago, which kind of shocked me because when I was going through the liner notes, I think every band on here has a link to a MySpace page instead of an actual, a web page or a Bandcamp even. I don't even know if Bandcamp was even a thing in 2008. So to me, given my age, 2008 doesn't seem like it was that long ago, but it really was. It was 13 years ago. There might be some people watching this that weren't even born in 2008, so pretty old. But yeah, this is a solid black metal comp. Each band is a little different. I would say Woe, in my opinion, is the best. I'll link what I can find below. Like I said, some of these bands I tried searching on YouTube, Bandcamp, even just general searches on a search engine. Couldn't find anything on some of these bands, so there you go. Next up, I probably have a lot of albums by this next band here. This is a band from Warsaw, and they kind of filled the void for me, starting in, when did this album come out? This one came out in 2005. So when Napalm Death was kind of doing their thing, and they kind of went off the rails a little bit, and Nasum disbanded due to the one band member, I can't remember his name, I should know, getting killed in a tsunami that some of you may or may not remember. These guys filled the void for me, and still kind of do to this day. But this is Anti-Gamma. I'm kind of surprised I don't hear a lot of talk about these guys on the metal YouTube channels, at least the ones that I follow. Great grind, quick, fast-paced grind with some noise tossed in, very Nasum-like. But this one came out in 2005 on Self-Made God. This was my first release. I wasn't sure what to think when I read about them, because if you look at the cover, it's actually, I don't really know what it is, but it looks like some kind of toy or a football player or something on the cover, and some weird stuff on the inside. And I thought, how brutal or fast or cool can these guys really be? But I was quickly proven wrong. Even the inside has some stuff showing some weird art that doesn't really go with your typical grindcore albums about death and destruction. But this, like I said, came out on Self-Made God label. I don't even know if they're still around anymore. It was one of my go-to labels for a while. But some of the members of Anti-Gamma have been in a bunch of different bands. I think the drummer, from 2012 on, the drummer's been in Faust, been in various live bands. Batushka, I think is how you pronounce the band. All kinds of controversy about that band I don't want to get into, but they've only got one original member left. And if you are a fan of grindcore at all, if you like Mummakill, Napalm Death, Nasum, Brutal Truth, stuff like that, where the band mixes in some fast grind beats, some slow chuggy stuff, some noise and soundscapes every once in a while, Anti-Gamma is right up your alley. I'll link them below. And when I grabbed this pile to talk about today, I wasn't really sure how many Anti-Gamma albums I had. Let's see what we got. Another one here. This is Resonance. This one is the next full length that came after Zero Land. This came out in 2007. This one came out on Relapse. You can see there, still got the hype sticker, clear hype sticker on the front. Relapse mail order catalog. Not much to show on the inside, but they continued the grind on this one. Not much different than Zero Land, just better produced. I think they probably got a little bit more of a bankroll to spend maybe from Relapse. I don't know how Relapse works their contracts, whatnot, but on the front here it says, for fans of Napalm Death, Cephalic Carnage, Discordant Axis, Nasum, Agoraphobic Nosebleed, and early Dillinger Skate Plan, if you can see that. I'm a big fan of hype stickers. I know JC over there likes his hype stickers too, so I try to keep as many as I can. I know some people think that's cheesy, but this one was actually on the CD, so pretty easy to keep that. I take it a step further. I don't know if JC has CDs or not, but this was Warning. This came out in 2009 on Relapse Records, and I even keep the little, I guess they're called OBI strips maybe, that are like advertisements from bands. These are usually, I think they started putting these on CDs to stop theft. If you don't know, back in the day, this actually happened to me. You could, people would go to a store and slice the plastic around, and they could just crack open the case and pull the disc out and just put the CD case back into the shelf, and it would look like the CD was still intact. I actually bought I think it was a Megadeth record at Best Buy many years ago, and I was one of those people that as soon as I bought a CD, I had the loud system in my car. I started unpacking it on my way out the door. I crumbled up the plastic, threw it in the trash, got in my car and opened the case, and there was no CD in it. So I turned right back around and walked back in and told him, "Hey man, there's no CD in this." And he's like, "I just saw you leave, and I believe you, so we can exchange it for another one." So yeah, I keep the OBI strips too. To me, it's one of those completest metalhead, geeky collector things. I think even on the inside, there's a Relapse catalog that comes with it that I keep as well. The inside of this one had some cool artwork. I was going to show this album. Like I said, it's a little well produced. Sounds a little better than Zero Land. It's got some not as cheesy artwork or weird artwork. It's got more of this maze theme on the front. Reminds me of the horror movie Cube, if you've ever seen that. I don't know if it's in reference to that, but yeah, Anti-Gamma just continued the grind on this one. Again, not many people talked about them. I always thought getting on Relapse was a huge step for them, which I guess technically it was, but I thought they would get more into the limelight and the grind space. I don't know if it's because of maybe they were limited by touring or whatever, but yeah, warning, Anti-Gamma. Next, looks like another Anti-Gamma release. This was Stop the Chaos. This is an EP that came out in 2012. Short to the point, not much to talk about that hasn't already been said. This came out on Self-Made God. I thought it was kind of interesting they went back to Self-Made God after being on Relapse, but just, yeah, nice, short, to the point. They did a remix album of this in the same year, I think, and it was so-so. Meteor and The Insolent are two full lengths that came out after that I don't have yet. I need to dig back in, going through my collection. You know, when you have all these CDs in the background, you don't look at every one of them every day, and you kind of forget about bands and keeping up with them, so I'm gonna dig back into some Anti-Gamma here very shortly. Next up, this is, I think I talked about this before, Arcade. This one came out in 1993. This was Stephen Pearcy's post-Rat band. It also had Fred Curry on drums, who was in Cinderella. They put out another album after this that I didn't really care for too much, but this has a lot of great songs on it. Dancing with the Angels, Nothing to Lose, Screaming SOS, Never Going Home, all great stuff. If you like Stephen Pearcy's vocals, I think you would like this album quite a bit. To me, Rat, his vocals kind of define Rat, and he had some other players on this album. Stephen Pearcy's still going at it. I think he has a Rat documentary or something in the works that I saw on the internet, so we'll see how that shakes out. But yeah, if you're a fan of that 90s butt rock, cot rock, cock rock, whatever you want to call it, Arcade will scratch that itch. That's a Rat song, I think, so nope, that was just a coincidence there. Next up, this is, I told you guys I was getting into jazz recently, and I'm starting to appreciate it more. This is a 2 CD set from Louis Armstrong, which is, he's known for his jazz, but this is Louis Armstrong Sings. This is two CD set where he actually sings, you know, songs like What a Wonderful World, Hello Dolly, Some of These Days, Exactly Like You, but this also has a lot of duets on it. He did a duet on here with Bing Crosby, Ella Fitzgerald, Louis Jordan, the Mills Brothers. So this was my first purchase of Louis Armstrong, just because I like What a Wonderful World so much. His rendition of that song is great. Good picture of him there with his trumpet out on Decca Records. It's just, to me, every Louis Armstrong song that you need that he sings on is on here. So that's why I kind of bought this. Great stuff. Next up, we have Arrogant Destructor. I think I talked about this one not too long ago when I got the band out of England. Two-man, I don't want to say death metal, and I don't want to say war metal either. I hate that term. I've said that before. Kind of thrashy black metal, limited to, as you can see here on the bottom, 500 CDs worldwide. I think you can still get it. I believe I bought this from Total Death Records. Yeah, came out on Total Death last year. I got the cassette version as well. I think I bought them both on accident. A picture of the Men and Arrogant Destructor. I listened to this one again after it was sitting on the shelf for a little bit, and I heard some things that I didn't hear before. But when you got song titles like Cursed Ocean Throne, War Commander, Wielder of the Hammer, you kind of get the vibe it's going to be like a Mon Amarth or something like that, but it's not. It's much better, in my opinion. Not as instantly catchy as a Mon Amarth, but kind of that galloping, let's go to war type stuff. If you like that in your metal, check out Arrogant Destructor. Next up, let's see what we got here. This one is a split between Carp Noctem and, I could never pronounce the name, Arsadir Lifens, called Alvinari. This came out on Van Records last year. I believe I have the vinyl as well. 2 tracks, 20 some minutes a piece. A lot to absorb at once. Atmospheric at times, fast tempo, upbeat at other times. Typically, that kind of music, it's got to be really good for me to latch onto it, and it's nothing against the bands. It's just not my thing all the time to absorb a 20-minute track. I really like the artwork in this, kind of like a weird monster there in the background. But Van Records never ceases to disappoint. So I took the plunge on this CD. Some more artwork behind the CD there. It's black metal, it's atmospheric, it's there's, I would say, about 25% of each song is kind of slow, and it's kind of that, let's start fast, let's dip it down a little bit, let's mellow it out, and then let's shoot for the stars again. So it's like 45, 50 minutes of just solid black metal. Both bands, I've dug deeper into their catalog, and I like what I've heard so far, but I have not dug deep enough to speak on either one of them, so check them out. Looks like the last one, excuse me, in my pile here today, we're going to talk about Ash Borer. They are out of California, I believe. Originally, they've been around since 2008. This one is, I think it's, the Irrepassable Gate. Came out in 2016 on Profound Lore Records out of Canada. Innards. Not much else to show on the inside. This is a minimalistic approach to packaging. I really don't like these types of, I guess they're called digipacks. If you can see that, this, whatever this is in here, it tries to keep the spine in order. Once you open and close it enough, it just gets kind of flimsy, and it's shaped kind of weird. I don't know, some kind of eco packaging or something, but that's the cover. I always liked the cover. I'm pretty sure they're a 4-piece band. Been around for a while. Atmospheric. I think they had some kind of eco theme to their lyrics, if I remember right, kind of like Wolves in the Throne Room. But this is, I think, how many songs were on this? There weren't many songs on this, but every song was slow and fast and slow, but more slow. Black metal, doom, elements of doom metal. I don't know what happened to these guys after, I think this is their last album that came out. I don't ever know what happened to Ash Borer, but they had quite a buzz going for a while, and then they just kind of disappeared. It's kind of weird to me. Usually when bands get on certain labels like Profound Lore or Relapse and get all this hype around them, you just expect them to keep going, and that's, shit happens, I guess. But I always liked their logo, too. That doesn't, that says, I'm pretty sure that says Ash Borer. You can't really tell, but I always thought it was a cool looking logo. So yeah, this was in my collection. I listened to it again. It's been sitting on the shelf for a while, and I think it still holds up. It sounds new. It sounds fresh. If I told you this came out in 2021 and you put it on today, you'd be like, yeah, that's a cool new band. So yeah, Ash Borer is one of those, to me, a timeless black metal band. You're going to be able to put this, any of their stuff on for a period of time in the future, and people are going to think it just came out. So that's, to me, a sign of a good band and a good album. I hope more comes of this band. I don't know if they're on hiatus, if they broke up or whatever. If you know, let me know. But check out Ash Borer. So that's it for the vault. We got to the Ashes behind me. I'm still in the A's over here. I'll be going through my vinyl, which is over here and over here at some point. It's a long road. If you see my nasty racks up here, I finally got it installed on the wall with my cassette collection. So that worked out pretty good. Check out my earlier videos for that. If you want to buy one, I think they were $100 for 80 or 100 cassette, and I think a little cheaper for a smaller version. Apologies for the leaf blowing in the background. It's Illinois. It's going to be 65 today. People are going nutty getting yard work done. So that's it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you're staying warm or cold wherever you are. And I will catch y'all very soon. Later.